Comrades, last time on Gunpla Hangar, you watched me build a non-Gunpla related kit in the Transformers Starscream model kit from Flame Toys, part of their Furai models line. And let's just say, this was a fun build. But how good is this kit aside from that build? It's time for the After Report. What's going on, comrades, and welcome to another exciting episode of After Report, the show where I review the kits that I have recently built. Today's report is on the Flame Toys Starscream. Now, this kit was probably one of my first kits that was based on the Transformers. It is my first kit that's based on the Transformers line. Not my first non-Gundam related kit, but definitely one of the better kits that I've worked on here. This one was a lot of fun to put together. Super simple. There wasn't a whole lot of hard stuff to do. But I will say that there were some parts that did give me a little bit of a challenge. So it was really different compared to building a Gundam, but at the same time super similar. There's a lot of parts that kind of match up and go together. Ease of build, I will say this is probably at least on my scale of hard to easy. It's fairly easy kit with some moderate play here and there that you need to work with. So, some skill you may need, like learning how to, clean out some certain spots. But other than that, it really wasn't difficult. Now, build time, it took me well at about 3.5 hours to build, just because I ran into some issues that I had to fix in between my build. But nothing that I couldn't knock out, like I said, within that 3.5 to 3 hour window. Design-wise, this kit has a very interesting design, a very true to the comics design here, and I love it. We have some basic color here in the red, white, and blue scheme, or the red, gray, and blue, I should say, not white. We do have some pretty awesome yellow here, and the eyes even have some parts in there as well that I will show you here, as you can see. So you can see detail and design-wise, this kit was done very well, and my camera's just not wanting to focus. There we go, it took it a second, I had to back up. We got some amazing design work here. This kit was designed really well. A lot of decal work, though, so I'm telling you, if you're not a fan of doing a lot of decals, this kit may not be for you. It does have some major decal work, as you can see here and on these here. Now, the decals do not line up perfectly. There is a little bit of overhang left there, but that's okay. I'm not concerned about that. A little bit of touch-up paint, maybe some panel lining would make this thing really pop a little more. I might have to tackle a little panel lining. Detail-wise and parts-wise, this was a very parts-light kit. There weren't that many runners. A whole lot of work was done to make this stand out. But as far as it goes, it's still a great kit. I'm not hating on it at all. I really do love the design, and that's why I picked this one up over the Optimus Prime. Well, that and Starscream's my favorite Decepticon, so I had to have a Decepticon. I like the Decepticon designs. They're very, very much the bad guys, and I tend to dig bad guys in cartoons and stuff. I don't know why, they just kind of pop to me a little more. But aside from that, this kit was relatively expensive for what I would deem maybe like a mild HG, or a very strong HG. Excuse me, not mild. It's definitely on the HG spectrum of kits. At about $45 at Hobby Lobby, it was expensive, but with the 40% discount, the price came out to about what I would pay for a model kit of this quality. Needless to say, there are some things I want to discuss, and that is that we will discuss that in the posability. And the first being the posability of this kit. This kit does pose pretty well. However, there are a few joint issues that I would like to point out. And the first being that some parts just come off super easy like that. A little glue goes a long way, so you definitely want to make sure that if you got some glue on some of the solid pieces, not the moving pieces if you can, because they do have some pretty good movement. As you see there, that piece came right on off. Aside from a few pieces that do need a little bit of what I recommend, a little bit of extra thin cement there, which works well for me. I use it on almost everything. It's not an endorsement, guys. I don't get endorsed by them, but the kit doesn't need a whole lot of like extra love. It does tell you it does need some glue in some spots, but I rarely used it, guys. I may have used it like a couple of times in a couple of spots, but other than that, just a very fun kit. It does have some playability here. You do have some movement of the legs here. Not a whole lot of like you can't really do the splits with this one, but he does have some great movement in the legs here. As you can see, we've got a pretty good knee joint there that bends pretty well. You've got an ankle joint. You've got some awesome bonus pieces here, like this fin that kicks out a little bit. I think that's really cool. Aside from that, he's a fun kit. The arms are really well done as well. You've got the shoulder cannons here, which can rotate around and come out and become a gun all on their own. The wings have a pretty good mechanic as well of folding and turning and all that. You really can't turn them while his arm's there, because it is in the way to make it transform, but you can rotate them fully around, although again they will come loose in that grip there, so just be careful what you do. They are easy to take off, so if you want to do some panel lining and modding later on, you can. The cockpit does fold up a little bit. Again, not a transforming kit though. He will not transform into his flight mode or jet mode. However, he does have some pretty cool stuff. There is one point though that really kind of worries me a little bit, and that's right here in the waist. Trying to get a good view for you there so you can see. His waist does not feel like it's fully attached, and I feel like if I were to force it, I could possibly break it, so I don't want to force it if I don't have to. However, that does, with that waist being like that, I mean, it's really loose, so I mean, the design there is a little bit off-putting to me, just because I'm always worried that's going to pop loose and become a pain. Head movement, he does have pretty good head articulation with a neck joint that can look, with a neck joint that does give a little more playability on that, but you can always tuck his chin back down to kind of cover that back up. Design wise, that is a good joint for a neck there, because that allows for more up looking, down looking. You get more movement with a neck than you would with like a gun, say some Gundam kits. So that neck is probably one of the best. Again, just a great design on the kit. I do like this kit, and I do like the design of this. However, like I said, the only flaw I saw in the posability was in that waist part right there, where it's super loose in there, and it worries me so much. But it's still a fun build. It wasn't bad. Ankle joints have some great movement as well. Even some of the things like the knee here, which does pop off, and you might want to glue that if you are wanting to keep everything together and intact. A little glue on the armor pieces is always better than nothing at all. Aside from that, that is pretty much your posability with this. It does have some amazing posability, but again, some of the joints do feel a little loose, and he doesn't really give you the greatest of splits, so you can't really do like any kind of wide range posing. Other than that, though, it's not like I said, not a terrible kit for what you're paying for. I feel like, you know, the average cost would be a little high, but finding it on sale is always a better option for me. Finally, let's talk about the accessories. We do have only two accessories here, and we have a few accessories here. We have the shoulder cannon, which becomes the shoulder rifle, which becomes a regular rifle, which you can slide right into one of his spare hands here. He does have one gun hand, so you can put it in his hand there, and there you go. You have now the ability to hold said accessory, but you get several different hands to choose from. You get a very open hand, which these hands were kind of a fun build for me. They were a little different than a normal build. Definitely were one of the more challenging pieces for me to build, because I had to like figure it out a little bit. You do get the closed clenched fist, which I have equipped on him already, and I've also got the open hand equipped, but you get that one extra hand for posing with weapons. Replacing the hands isn't that difficult either. You just simply pull the ball joint out of the poly cap, and then slide the next one in, and almost voila. It does come apart with a little force, and as you saw there, it just came completely apart. So there we go. I got the hand in. Now I can put. Let me do that. Do the hand and then put the cannon in. That might be a little easier. Well, it's gonna need a little glue. That hand's gonna need glue. just something I would recommend is gluing some of these parts, just because, like I said, they're not, unlike Bandai hands, which are pretty much just simple, straightforward, snap together and call it a day. These took a little bit of time to kind of get together and have them hold together. Again, just a little bit of pressure on it, and the parts are going to come apart, but other than that, there he is right there holding it. So as you can see, just a great design altogether for the hands. I do like the hands although they do give me a little bit of problem. And again, one of the cool things about the accessories here is that this gun has this mechanic here to make it posable. Rather than just shoving that in place, you can now fold that in, and his gun goes right into the shoulder. One thing I will say about this kit that I do not like, as far as playing with the accessories, is the fact that polycap that this shoulder has for this can be a little bit loose. So just be careful, be mindful of that when you go to push that in, because it'll fold quickly, and these guns won't go back in place easily. But I mean, other than that, it's not difficult. Again, you get several different hands to choose from. You get a closed fist option, like I pointed out a second ago. You get the closed fist, and you get 2 of the open hands here. So you've got this nice open hand design here, just really, really nice. And I mean, it's not a bad size hand either. That's almost like an MG quality hand. So there it is in a nutshell, guys. That's the Starscream kit. One of my highly recommended if you're into the Transformer lines. This is one of the super simple ones, not too difficult to build. There are some things I would recommend you working on. Like I said, the polycaps are a little bit tough to work with. There is a very loose hip joint that I feel like needs maybe a little bit of TLC to make it fit perfectly. But other than that, it's a great kit. Price range is a little high for me, but yeah, go check it out if you want to. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. Check Hobby Lobby when they have their sales. That's when you'll get them. That's when you'll find them for a good price. Alright, comrades, that's it for today's After Report. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all can follow me on all of my socials. There is a link tree in the description below that'll take you there, as well as to my merch shop where you can snag some KBG merch to help support the channel. Every purchase goes towards me getting another kit for me to build, or possibly a food to try out. You know, certain things, video games for me to play. Y'all are the reason I'm able to keep this going. So go out there and buy yourself something to say, hey, this is the coolest dude I like to watch. I appreciate it. Also, go check out my amazing sponsor, Dubby. Dubby makes a beautiful energy drink, guys. One of my all-time favorite drinks that doesn't leave you feeling groggy. It doesn't leave you feeling just like crash. It doesn't give you a crash. It doesn't leave you feeling jittery either, so you don't feel like just, oh my god, I've had too much. No, and it's got a patented neuro factor that helps you focus. Some amazing flavors like the Beach and Peach, Dragonade, and the new Pushing Punch. Y'all go check them out. Snag you some Dubby. It's 0 calorie and 0 sugar, which also is good for people like me who have been cutting out our like extra sugars and stuff like that. Something great, and it works well for me because I'm cutting out the calories, guys. I gotta get rid of it's rough. But go snag you some Dubby, guys, and save you about $1.50 on it, or a little more than $1.50. Save about $4 off by using my coupon code Kouldbayne for 10% off your purchase. Again, that is Kouldbayne for 10% off your purchase. Guys, that comes in handy, especially around the holidays when you do need a discount. So go check it out, guys. Get you some Dubby. It's a great stocking stuffer, a great holiday gift. Go get you some Dubby. But anyway, comrades, that's it for today's video. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Much love, and das vidanya. Before we leave today, I want to take a moment to thank my following members. These are our comrades, guys. Memberships only cost $2.99 a month to become an official comrade. And as you see here, we've got all of these amazing people here who have donated to the channel. Thank you so much for all of your support.